fast, life moving in slow-mo. I'm a god, but I actually don't know. Homie, better put your pride aside. I'm a Benz, get more like a Volvo. Your best stuff looks like my words. Synapses, fire, and burst. Got the whole crew with me, about to do damage. You know we ain't average. I ain't gonna say this again, but it's in my time. Better look in my eyes. I'm a genius in the skies with my heart on my sleeve. And you force to oblige to a king in his prime. Everybody got a line. Sit back with the stars in line. I finesse like my life on the nine. Was a diamond in the rough, and now I shine.
No one could stop us, they'll try, but they won't. Nada nos puede parar. Oh no, we're wide awake now. Our eyes are wide open. We're running this world. We're keeping it turning. We're living like giants. Yeah, giants. We're bigger than giants. We're giants. Oh, sleeping giants. Sleeping giants. Yeah. Shutting it down. Been in the ground and my people all up in this place. Spinning this thing. Go to my rank. Royalty up in my veins. I'm loco, think I'm so cold. I say something, ain't no going back. Now they ask where Kiki's at. I'm like, you can't hang with that. 쏟아져 빛이 멀게 된 눈이 멈추지 않아. Once we go, 내게 더운 멜로 모든 뼈 빨리 달려. 넌 못 따라와. True damage we do it. True damage 보여줄게. 뭐든 쉽게. 이기든 지든 my crew make the beat. No one could stop us. They'll try, but they won't. Nada nos puede parar. Oh no, we're wide awake now. Our eyes are wide open. We're running this world. We're keeping it turning. We're living like giants. Yeah, giants. We're bigger than giants. We're giants. It's not the way we're weak, but we coming right back. This time you're gonna see how we do it like that. We're living like giants. Yeah, giants. We're bigger than giants. We're giants. Oh, sleeping giants. Sleeping giants.
I keep on shattering time. I might just leave you behind. Homie, you stuck on rewind. You should quit sleeping on mine. You got your back on recline. When I damage your delicate spine, please don't act out, shy and surprise. They be like, what you mean? What is your winning scheme? I got a giant team. Niggas my self-esteem. Run it back, running man. They think they go hard, I'm like, come again. You run out of time and I'm busting in. While you stumbling, I got this blade in my hand for your punishment.
We're wide awake now. Our eyes are wide open. We're running this world. We're keeping it turning. We're living like giants. Yeah, giants. We're bigger than giants. We're giants. It's not the way we're weak, but we coming right back. This time you're gonna see how we do it like that. We're living like giants. Yeah, giants. We're bigger than giants. We're giants. Oh, sleeping giants. Sleeping giants.
Good evening, everybody. It's Thursday, and that means that we're kicking off our two conferences of Platinum with Lunari, our A conference. I'm Vid. This is Asami.
What's up, everyone?
And we are here to bring you some League of Legends Platinum Capped Get Wrecked LCS 2020 Spring Week 2 action. So our first game of the day is actually going to be between two staples in this league. The Pootie Tang Gang, led by Dr. Siggy Wiggy, and Revenge of the Mosher, led by the man himself, Chris Can't Miss.
All right, so let's start this game up. On the side of the Pootie Tang Gang, we got tank players LOL on Sona in the top lane. We got Farjad as Jarvan in the jungle. We got Exocite on Ryze in the mid lane. And in the bot lane, we have Dirty Audacity and Dr. Siggy Wiggy on Misfortune and Leona.
I believe last week Tank Players LOL was playing a tank, so his name is actually a little more fitting this time. Meanwhile, on the red side, we've got Revenge of the Mosher. We have iClutch in the top lane on Set, Seismic in the jungle on Kindred, Chris Can't Miss, the man himself in the mid lane on Lissandra, and our bot lane, Biscuit Titchbit and Spoon Crush on the Senna Nautilus combo. We've got some interesting picks here. Obviously, the Senna top, it's something we've been seeing a little bit more recently, but it's not exactly a solo queue regular strategy. Meanwhile, we have Kindred and Lysandra, 2 picks that have fallen a little bit out of favor recently.
Yeah, I've actually done one game with Sona in the top lane, and Sona just wants to stay in there just to get that poke out, and the minute she can get her first item, she immediately decides that top lane is no longer something she likes. She kind of just disregards it and just decides to roam around everywhere else.
Yeah, so she did take the Spell Thief's Edge first item, which is kind of the competitive viable strategy for Sona top, where you do all of your farming, you keep those wards. It's kind of like how we saw the support item junglers last year, rather, at the beginning. But just in general, the Sona is there to provide poke, shield, roaming, and most importantly, safety in lane. And while the Spell Thief's Edge start is not... Wow, that was... For a second, I thought that the Nautilus Q connected.
Oh, man.
Because of how fast it moved.
That would have been a crazy hook from one part of the map to the other.
I was thinking... Did you see the Riot designers were on Twitter, over the last week or so, joking about proposed changes to Nautilus Q, where it was as big as the screen, as big as a lane, shot out in all directions from him.
I actually did not see that, but
Hearing
that makes it seem like it's the funniest thing in the world.
And they actually did pitch all of those changes, they actually made them in game, so just a giant hitbox or all of the Qs. Very funny. They were messing around with it. After they said that they were going to fix Nautilus's Q hitbox by updating the visual.
Yeah, the Nautilus hitbox is a little bit wonky, so instead of it just having it like that, why not just have it go across the map? Seems kind of fair to me.
Basically Senna ultimate, but for Nautilus Qs.
Yeah.
I don't see a problem with it.
I see nothing wrong with it. In fact, I would like that being a Nautilus in the mid lane would be great.
So early CS, we actually do see tank players LoL pulling an early advantage over iClutch. That's just kind of a ranged versus melee matchup staple, but iClutch has been getting a little bit of damage off. Of course, the gank coming by Farjad here.
Yep, there is a gank coming in from the jungler of the booty tank. Obviously, he's going to come in, and there is a TP invested by Chris Can't Miss, going straight out to the Sona. Sona will flash, but it's still going to be the death thanks to the Kindred coming in. First Blood going over to Revenge of the Mosher.
Yeah, it's a great teleport by Chris Can't Miss. Of course, Seismic coming in to make sure to pick up that final hit onto tank players is going to be a very good counter gank here. iClutch didn't have to burn either of his summoners. Farjad did not hit him with the flag and drag, and so he's going to get both of tank player LoL's summoners in return.
Yeah, and even though there are 2 flashes invested in getting this Sona killed, being able to get the first blood will be more than enough to say it was definitely worse.
Yeah, 400 gold to the Kindred, 200 each, or 100 each to Chris Can't Miss and iClutch. I think they're all going to be walking away from that pretty satisfied, even after you look at still the slight CS difference in the top lane. Tank players LoL. Oh, the thing that I was going to talk about before the gank, tank players LoL actually has a significant amount of CS, more than you will traditionally see on Sona top, because of how the passive works for the Spell Thief's Edge. If you have more than, I believe it's 20 CS per 5 minutes, and that's a rolling average, then that's when you get that restriction slapped on you where you get so much less gold from the minions that it's really not worth it. If you stay under that, yes, you technically lose CS, but Sona's hard enough, or you lose gold from CS, but Sona's hard enough to CS with in the first place that you're probably going to be missing almost that much of CS anyways, and you get a lot more utility out of that ward item.
Yeah, especially just, Sona obviously going to pick up that the shard coming in. Just going to be really nice to have on her, and she's just going to be there just to poke out, not really there for the CS.
Wait, Kerche's shard?
Yep.
Doesn't that go into crit items?
It potentially can, yes. I believe that Sona's, they just like to get it for the energize.
Okay, just for the poke?
Yeah.
All right. I mean...
Yeah, Sona tops usually do build that item too. They just like to get that shard and then immediately they're perfectly fine with doing whatever else.
Okay. I have only seen, full disclaimer, I have only seen one Sona top. I understand how it works. Like, I understand how it works theoretically. I have only seen one Sona top. It was in solo queue, and he faced a Nasus, got 4-0'd in like the first 12 minutes, and then blamed the jungler. So, that's my experience with it.
I mean, if you're a very squishy champion like the Sona, you should be prepared to get, in other words, just clapped. I mean, you're not really meant to 1v1 anyone unless your name is Soraka. Soraka
Yeah,
can't actually
Sona-
1v1 and do that.
So, yeah, Sona and Soraka, two different champions. One is built for poking, the other one's built for not dying.
Yeah, Sona, just, if you're going to get 0-4 or, get killed 4 times by a Nasus and you kind of brought down yourself, there should be no reason that you should be anywhere close to the Nasus.
Oh, yeah, and on top of that, he first blind picked Sona top, and then blamed me when I said, well, maybe you shouldn't pick, this counter pick first. You could have locked my support.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you on that one. Yes, not fun time, when you blind pick and immediately start blaming people.
When you get smacked for it. But now actually the CS lead has reversed, so iClutch is actually 15 CS ahead of tank players. We do see he might have gotten hit by that restriction. No, he's actually staying just under the restriction. And, you see how low Sona's AD is, and even with the Kerch's Shard, the Energized is not going to do that much damage to minions, so it's going to be a lot harder for her to CS under turret. But it's not like she really needs that anyways.
Yeah, she's really not going to be carrying all too much. She's just there for that late game, really, just to make sure she can poke people out late, and then Crescendo, obviously, just a thing of beauty when you can get many people in it.
Oh, yeah. Nothing is better than hitting like a 3-4-man Crescendo, especially against a comp like this where you're going to have Spoon Crush, Chris Can't Miss both coming in, maybe iClutch RKOing someone into your own team, and then you just hit him with the Crescendo, and your team can usually clean up there. Because you do damage when you're building actual damage on Sona.
Yeah, I feel like maybe there was like something that we just didn't know. Maybe that the...
Whoa!
Well, there is a absolute... That was just a thing to surprise me.
Yeah, I mean, hard to find words because that's 2 kills already in
yeah,
iClutch.
And iClutch actually TP'd into the bot lane here to kill Dirty Audacity, but cannot get it. There's the Kindred ulti. Will save them. Here's Rise also here. And it is a absolute bloodfest. Dirty Audacity will go down. Farjan will go down. The set is chasing down the Rise. He will not be able to... he will be able to escape. He still did have flash up, but very... No, he won't. Chris Can't Miss will make sure he doesn't miss that one.
Oh, and the execute. So it actually does trade back in favor of Revenge of the Mosher. It's 2 kills for 3. And Revenge of the Mosher with the beautiful TP down by iClutch. I didn't actually even see it come in. And he took them completely by surprise. Tank players, lol, didn't have teleport. And, wow.
And now he's going to be getting tower dozed by. But tank players, LOL, will turn around. That Crescendo will have just stopped him enough to make sure he gets the kill thanks to the Ignite and the tower shot.
Sorry, didn't realize that the game was super quiet. Something must have changed between yesterday and today, but yeah, it's a 1.2k gold lead here for Revenge of the Mosher, even with Spoon Crush handing over his life to the Sona. And 4 kills to 3. Oh, come on, Dr. Siggy Wiggy, finish that.
Come on. Can't just let a control ward stay there. That's just not respectful.
That's uncouth. Come on.
Yeah, and as we see, Sona just doesn't care for the top lane anymore. She's everywhere else except for the lane.
Now that she's got her wards, her boots, she can actually come roam. You can just hand over that top lane because with the pressure of an extra man on the map, with the dragon coming up just now, the Rift Herald already on the map, it is going to be a lot harder for... Yeah, and just look at how much damage she does to iClutch. That was Q auto attack with the...
power cord.
Yeah, with the power cord.
Yeah, and that's just the power of Sona. Sona just does, for some reason, a lot of damage.
Ooh.
And they're going to collapse onto iClutch. iClutch will not be able to save himself here. He is caught in the bullet time. Dirty Audacity will secure that kill. And they will expend just the bullet time and the solar flare along with the cataclysm coming in from Jarvan just for it.
Yeah, they get the kill onto iClutch. It is 3 ultimates used, but it is still this early in the game. You're really not, like, this isn't like you're dancing around a Baron. The Mountain Drake is going over to Pootie Gang, and it looks like they're going to try for the Rift Herald as well. They shouldn't have that much trouble taking it since there's 4 of them, and the bot lane of Revenge of the Mosher is working on taking down this bottom turret, or at least finding some plates.
Yeah, and as you see, Exercise did back off knowing that the Lissandra was on her way down. You do not want to be caught underneath the tower with Lissandra coming in, especially if she has that ulti.
And that she does as well. Spoon Crush has his ultimate back up by now. So it looks like this might be a trade of turrets. The Rift Herald is available for Farjad to drop. He can, and he will here. This is going to mean that the bot turret goes down first. Revenge of the Mosher picking up the first turret gold. But, there we go. A big hit. Farjad gets 2 turret plates. And that is actually going to be it for the Rift Herald.
Yeah, and I don't know if it was just me, but never mind, because there's a fight breaking out once again. It's like just going to get caught there, will not be able to move when you have 2 people that can CC you.
Yeah, not so much a fight as this is an execution. Chris can't miss. Getting good ult. Exercise a little bit out of position is going to mean his life. He uses the cleanse, but Spoon Crush was there as well, so they had enough lockdown to kill him.
Yeah, it's just a little bit hard to run away from a Lissandra and a Senna when they can just decide that they just don't want you to move at all, even with a cleanse.
No moving available. When there's the frozen tomb going in, that's when you're like, okay, well I have to use my cleanse here, and that's when you get rooted and then dredge lined. And I mean, they even had the auto attack and depth charge available. Exercise had no chance of getting out of there. And even if you stop all of that hard CC, you still have Biscuit Titchbit with the Glacial Augment. So there is no escape.
Yeah, there is going to be no escape whatsoever. So the cleanse being used definitely was not the right choice. However, since it is just cleanse, it'll be up just rather shortly.
Yeah, I mean, in the time that we were talking about that, it got a third of its cooldown back. So this will be just 1 kill going over to Revenge of the Mosher, keeping them in that 2,500 gold lead. We see most of that is centered on the mid laner. Chris can't miss at 3-1 and 2 right now with a 20 CS lead. Meanwhile, Dirty Audacity is actually doing much better than Biscuit Titchbit, 2-1 and 1 with a 30 CS lead.
Yeah, and now it's going to be kind of just a low state here. Not much happening. There's no objectives to really take. But the one thing we can talk about is that Cloud Soul, as once again, it's going to be more Cloud Dragons.
So let's see, who's good with Cloud Soul? Actually, Pootie Gang, it's not so great on them. They've got 3 people who really can't move after they use ultimate. Exercise, like he can use it to fancy feet if there's anything coming at him. But like Farjad, you can't really move anywhere in the Cataclysm. Dirty Audacity, you're literally in place for the bullet time. Meanwhile, the ultimates are much better on the side of Revenge of the Mosher for the Cloud Soul. You've got the RKO into the backline, helps you get onto that ADC or a mid laner a little bit better. You've got the Frozen Tomb from Lissandra. It's something that if you cast it on yourself, obviously it's not going to do anything. But if you cast it on someone else, suddenly you get in range of them, you can chase people down, and Nautilus ult. I mean, the depth charge for engaging, that is just going to be a gigantic speed boost that you definitely want.
Yeah, and really the only person I could see benefiting on the side of the game with the ulti would probably be Dr. Sigawigi, who can just cast that ulti and immediately charge in.
Yeah, same concept as the Nautilus.
Yeah.
But, of course, ultimate cooldown reduction, that's not bad for anyone. I mean, it's not like you have anyone with a short cooldown ultimate or a useless ultimate. I mean, Exercise with the Realm Warp, like, yeah, it doesn't do damage, but it's still a very good tool for for rotating, for bringing minions into turrets that you need taken. So really, there are a ton of benefits, and iClutch might be in trouble here.
Yeah, iClutch is going to be chased down here. He's going to use the flash to escape. There was a teleport invested by Chris Can't Miss, and now they're just chasing him down. Dirty Audacity will get the kill onto iClutch, while Lissandra is still in that top side. The Cloud Dragon will be taken, but now Chris Can't Miss is going to be having to use the little claw that he has, and along with the flash to escape, Solar Flare will not hit.
Yeah, the Glacial Path is used, but of course, you can see where that's going to go. So Dr. Siggy drops the Solar Flare, forces Chris's Flash. They are going to get the turret and a kill, but at the cost of the Cloud Dragon. It is going to put Revenge of the Mosher at a 2-to-1 Dragon lead, and they have 10% ultimate cooldown reduction in their pockets right now.
Yeah, but thankfully for Putitang Gang, they did get the Mountain Dragon when it did come up, which means that they are not having to play for a Cloud Soul.
Yeah, this could have been Soul Point. So that earlier fight that they took in the bot lane, where then Farjad came in and they managed to secure that Mountain Drake, is looking a lot better for them now. And the gold lead has actually evened itself up a little bit because of the kind of the tangible gold that they got out of that trade rather than the intangible cooldown reduction.
Yeah, and now what I'm going to be just looking forward to is to see what can the Sona do. Obviously, Sona's crescendo is going to be massive in any kind of team fight, but if the Sona, let's say she only hits one person in that ulti, kind of a point where you're thinking if Siggy doesn't hit the Solar Flare, might be time to retreat, as there's going to be just a little bit too much on the side of Revenge of the Mosher, who can just immediately destroy everyone, since you don't have a top laner that is as strong. Yeah,
it really is. It's kind of a trade of value, the same way that, say, picking a scaling laner is. Like the Ryze, scaling laner, perfect example. You do that because you know that Ryze scales better with his items and picks better scaling items than basically all of the other mid laners in the game, bar, say, Cassiopeia. But the thing about Sona is that it's different in that you trade away your laning strength and laning presence for the potential to have really good team fights. It's kind of like, again, Sona Taric was the same sort of way. You do that for the team fighting ultimates, but those team fighting ultimates can be very situational depending on how the enemy team is going to group up and play around your ultimates.
Yeah.
So whereas Ryze just EQs on your face, Sona is a little more execution heavy just because you have to work on positioning around that ultimate. But the Rift Herald is going to be dropped mid lane.
Yeah, Herald will get dropped down here, and it'll be Shirley this time who's going to take the tower, following her sister, Shelly.
Shirley and Shelly. And we actually did see Exercise. He went for that bot lane tower, ended up picking it up, and then backed off. So it is 3 turrets to 2. The inner turret of Putitang Gang has just been cracked by Shirley. And at 19 minutes and 45 seconds, the dragon is just about up, but Revenge of the Mosher is resetting.
Yeah, might as well reset since you have a minute to just go ahead and reset, get your items, and try and just get prepared for the fight that may occur at the dragon. It's better to go ahead, get the reset off, get some mana.
Yeah, and it's not like anyone is really, I always say the Baron comes up, but it's not like anyone's prepared, but they are prepared for this fight.
Yeah, there is the fight that I was just talking about. There is going to be Dirty Audacity. He uses the bullet time, and the Sona ulti did come out, but because of the ulti from Kindred, no one will die, except now it is actually going to be Sona and Dirty Audacity picking up the kills, as Dirty Audacity was untouched by everyone.
Yeah, that was a huge bullet time that he got off, forces out Seismic's ultimate, so he doesn't get any kills there. iClutch yanks out Dr. Siggy from that fight, but that's the wrong target to be hitting, because then tank players low, Exercise, Dirty Audacity can just free fire on all of the carries. It is going to win Pootie Tang Gang the team fight, and it looks like it is going to win them the Baron as well here at 21 minutes.
Yeah, and it was just that you had Dirty Audacity. He had the bullet time just going off that entire time before the Kindred had used the ulti. When you finally use it, everyone's already low, meaning that they're going to be almost in that one-shot, two-shot range for Dirty Audacity, who, as I said, was just untouched completely. And we had tank players who did use the ulti, had some people dancing, and then just ran away, because how are you going to get onto the Sona who can just move fast?
Yep, the Sona with the, not going to get it.
She almost did get it, though. That would have been a great steal from Sona.
So now Farjad is going to go into the fight here.
Yeah, and they're going to get separated here as iClutch will go and use the Haymaker, but Dirty Audacity was in the stopwatch, meaning that she was untouched. There goes Chris Can't Miss, having to run away, but Chris Can't Miss can't escape Farjad once again. It's tank players LOL and Dirty Audacity who had everything going perfectly. Farjad separating everyone else in that fight.
And again, the Dirty Audacity picked up the stopwatch, was engaged on immediately by Spoon Crush and iClutch. Wow, try saying that one 5 times fast. And he immediately uses the stopwatch. It does mean that Exercise, while he gets a lot of damage off using his EQ combos, it does mean that Exercise dies, but Dirty Audacity is alive. The Haymaker, is down. The Showstopper is down. Everything has been used in order to try and kill Dirty Audacity early. And since they don't, he is, again, untouched. Chris Can't Miss, can't get into the fight. Bullet time gets channeled, forces it, now iClutch is picked.
Yeah, iClutch will go down. The crescendo and the little smack from Dr. Siggy will be enough to make sure he is sent back to the gray screen.
And they do actually trade for Dr. Siggy after he goes a little bit deep looking for Biscuit Titchbit, but it is a good trade. It's actually a good trade in favor of Revenge of the Mosher, because they got a Baron off of Dr. Siggy, and there weren't any waves pushing hard enough that iClutch would be needed for a counter split push. It is going to mean that Revenge of the Mosher does get to be able to take a breath here.
Yeah, however, the only thing is that I just wonder if they're thinking we could have gotten either the 600 gold bounty off of the Sona or the 700 gold bounty from the Fortune. However, Dr. Siggy being right in front of them kind of just being a small distraction while the other two ran.
Yeah, they could have kept chasing for something. The ultimate was down. The crescendo had already been used to kill iClutch, so it's not like there were that many re-engage tools for the Pootie Tang Gang. They are 5,000 gold in the lead, but again, once you get to this point where everyone's at 2, maybe 2 and building their third item, 5,000 gold is like another component on top of your big like 2 item power spike. Yeah. So it is not that big, but Chris Can't Miss might be in trouble here.
Yeah, Chris Can't Miss. You can go ahead, freeze yourself in time, do whatever you may like, but you cannot escape this team of CC.
Yeah, Chris Can't Miss. He uses the Frozen Tomb, and now the engage by Pootie Tang Gang.
Yeah, Pootie Tang Gang engages, and Dirty Audacity once again gets a great bullet time in, and they're chasing down Seismic and iClutch. They're the only 2 survivors left. Dirty Audacity really wants to get this kill onto iClutch, and now there they go, going straight onto him, and Dirty Audacity will get the ace on the side for Pootie Tang Gang.
Dirty Audacity flashing the Gigabyte Marines tag on the ace. Really, the Kindred ult... Oh, it was a surrender. Oh my god.
No.
Oh, I did not realize it was a surrender when I picked this one. Crazy part was, this one was closer than the other one.
Huh.
I mean, like it wasn't an outlandish surrender is the thing. Pootie Tang Gang, they were gonna get an inhib. They were probably going to get the Nexus turret or two, because Chris can't miss Biscuit Titchbit Spoon Crush. They really can't do that much against a full team left. So GG to Pootie Tang Gang.
Yeah, that's a GG on the side of Pootie Tang Gang. The Sona top lane really working out there, and wow.
Yeah, I mean, the way to beat Sona top is you gotta either gank her on repeat, or you have to just take a top laner that can bully her. I'm guessing it was a counter pick to the set, who really doesn't have that many ways to get on top of you. So Seismic obviously came up and helped get that first blood for Revenge of the Mosher, but it ended up not being enough. Sona didn't die a single time after that and picked up 7 kills and 12 assists in the process.
Yeah, after the first death for both Misfortune and for Sona, it just kind of gave them a spark to just say, well, we're not going to die again, so let us show you what we can truly do.
It's the anime protagonist getting knocked down, wiping blood off of his chin, and saying, I'm never going to let that happen again. So GG to Pootie Tang Gang. Better luck next time to Revenge of the Mosher. And that is going to be our first game for the Lunari. Tonight, the second one coming up, it's going to be Cosmic Flow versus the White Knights. So don't go anywhere, because we'll be right back. probably, or the Howling Abyss music.
It is very nice.
All right, so we just saw Pootie Tang Gang absolutely smack Revenge of the Mosher. Revenge of the Mosher ended up surrendering since basically the game was over at that point. They could have just taken the Inhibitor Nexus turrets and Nexus. But on to our next game for the day.
Yeah, we're going to have what I expect to be a great game out from Seaflow and from the White Knights.
Yeah, so Seaflow and the White Knights, one of them coming in 1-0, the other one coming in at 0-1. So would you like to introduce Cosmic Flow?
Yeah, so on Cosmic Flow's team, we have UNSC on Mordekaiser in the top lane. We got Chimichungus in the jungle as Olaf. In the mid lane, we have Ziggs, who is Bomb Voyage, living up to that name perfectly. And in the bot lane, we have Chimmy and Skylar Toon on Caitlyn and Soraka.
Meanwhile, the red side, the White Knights. In shining armor, we've got Toe Knuckles in the top lane on Shen, Godzilla in the jungle on Sejuani, Celercia in the mid lane on Syndra, and our bot lane, Warge Knight and Paladin, the Kog'Maw Lulu duo.
Yeah, and seems like just a little bit of a dance was happening in the mid lane between the junglers.
Yeah, the junglers just showing what they got. Godzilla on the Poro Rider and Chimichungus. Is that Dragon Slayer?
That is Dragon Slayer.
That's cool. I have not seen that in game yet. So that is much cooler than the splash art would suggest.
Yeah, it is a very nice skin to see. I think personally that it's the best Olaf skin that he has now.
He doesn't. Yeah, I mean he's got Broloff. Other than that,
Yeah, he does have Broloff.
they're not. I mean his skins aren't super impressive. Not much you can do with dude with axes.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you got Pentakill. And
Yeah, Pentakill's
You got
kinda
Pentakill,
cool.
pretty cool. And then you have as you said, Broloff.
Yeah.
No matter what, he's
Yeah,
always been
Broloff
good.
is the Chadliest skin.
Oh yeah, definitely. And no doubt that if you want a real Chad, he's the guy.
Well, actually, it's Captain Flower Skarner, but yes. Aside from that man, the Chadliest skin is Broloff. But a lot of people have been sleeping on White Knights, specifically in the Platinum Cap, just because, Celercia and Paladin are both Platinum. So, or they were Platinum last split. Celercia played in Platinum. Paladin promoted to Platinum from Gold. But Toe Knuckles, Godzilla, and Warge Knight all are from the Gold division. So a lot of people slept on them early because they were like, oh well, it's just a gold team. It's just a gold team in Platinum.
Oh. Something new. I guess these guys are just gonna be here to show that they're not gonna be people to be slept on at all.
I mean, I don't think any of them are necessarily just like, oh, well, he's just a gold player. I mean, Godzilla was one of the better junglers in Gold Cap. I mean, he's been one of the better junglers in Gold Cap pretty much all, the whole time he's been playing. Toe Knuckles has always been a pretty strong laner. He did switch, I think he used to play mid lane, then switched to top lane recently. Celercia, of course, switched from support to mid lane. So that's another one of those ones. And then Paladin switched from ADC to support. Oh. So this was the other reason that a lot of people were sleeping on them, because they're a bunch of role swaps.
Oh.
Personally, I think Paladin's a better support than an ADC, especially with Warge Knight. So that is my 2 cents.
And Godzilla getting poked down and made sure that he is not going to have any chance at that scuttle in the bot side.
Yeah, it is going to clear that up for Chimichungus to go and take. So it is going to be a 2 scuttle start for the jungler of Cosmic Flow. And Bomb Voyage, playing that Ziggs, same thing he played last week. Obviously, he's comfortable with the champion given his name.
I mean, if I had a name that was similar to Bomb Voyage, I would play anyone who had a bomb anywhere close.
Yeah, you play Ziggs because he is the dean of the Hexplosive College at Piltover.
Yeah, and
the dean of demolition.
Here we see just a small visit from this Olaf, just throwing an axe, walking away.
He actually missed Celercia was the funny part. He hit the minions, missed Celercia.
Those minions don't like him. And
Oof.
yeah, getting caught by that taunt and taking some tower shots. Olaf has spotted out the Sejuani. Now, you see the question mark things, they are out. They do know exactly where she is. And Celestia has to be careful. She has no mana. That'll be first blood to the Ziggs. Both flashes coming out, but Bon Voyage getting the better end.
And that was the smart play there by Bon Voyage. Seeing the flash by Celercia, neither of them had mana. Celercia, literally had no mana to cast a spell. Bon Voyage didn't either, but he had her on the one hit, the one auto threshold, so the flash forward. Something, it's like the early aggressive hits that even LCS players have actually struggled in recent times to make. We saw a lot of criticism directed toward Crown when he failed to make a similar flash forward play. I believe it was last week.
Yeah, I do recall what happened, and that was kind of just feels bad whenever that happens. Like, you know exactly what to do, and then
yeah, it's the split second. Like, are you feeling it or are you not feeling it? But a gank coming out in the bot lane by Godzilla.
Yeah, and Jimmy will use the flash to make sure she's away from the squid, but Godzilla is stuck in the traps. He can't get away. Olaf making sure that he can get that portal down. The TP was invested by both top laners, and it'll be Cosmic Flow getting the better end of the trade.
I'm tilted after watching that. Honestly, after seeing him, so he got rooted, or like he jumped forward. Skylar Toon threw down the silence, so he couldn't like flash or anything away. Chimmy puts down the trap, pulls him in, or gets him caught. Oh, Celercia.
Oh, Celercia will be killed here. UNSC making sure that he can pull him back in, along with Bon Voyage just using the Mega Bomb that he has, and then once again, just having the Satchel Charge and the auto.
And yeah, and another smart combo there by the mid lane of Cosmic Flow with UNSC there. He just gets a lot of damage early, forces Celercia, knowing that she doesn't have the flash because his isn't up either. Forces Celercia to start running. Then the Super Mega Inferno Bomb goes right there on top. UNSC does get the pull back in, and then Celercia takes the bottom side path through the mid lane turret, going closer to the wall. Unfortunately, that is not the path that you really ever want to take, because it means that you really can't dodge skill shots there. So he gets hit by the Satchel Charge. Bon Voyage picks up his second kill of the game and moves C-Flow to 3-0.
Yeah, and the Ziggs right now kind of just, what I would say is just flexing in the mid lane.
I mean, this is what you should expect if you're, anything other than a top-rate laner in GRLCS in any given cap. If you're anything other than the top of the table and you give a one-trick their one-trick, you should be expecting to just be bodied.
Yeah, and, I mean, it's a Ziggs. Expecting to be poked out is what I'm pretty sure every mid laner expects whenever they have to play against this guy. I mean, he's just a menace.
Yeah, he's a menace. He's Spider-Man. Someone needs to stop him. But everyone's memeing about the traps on Godzilla. We didn't, because of the 2v1, but Godzilla.
Yeah, this time Bon Voyage will be the one getting ganked here, as once again, they know there's no flash up. They can just straight up chase him, and since he didn't have the Satchel Charge to help him get away either, that was just really well timed by Godzilla and by Celercia to get the kill onto him.
It was, good chipping down by Celercia at the beginning, making sure that she wasn't doing any, too much damage at any one time. Oh, Godzilla not gonna be in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, when you got that charge by the Poro, you have Celercia right there making sure that Godzilla stays safe. Not much going to be invested there, as if Olaf did want to get that kill, kind of really costly.
But so the mid lane, Celercia, Godzilla.
Godzilla did not respect this Olaf at all. In fact, right in front of his face, technically. And that'll be Celercia also going down. I don't know what Celercia was doing there.
Yeah, Celercia stayed a little too long, didn't have the flash. Again, went to rotate to go help Godzilla. Unfortunately, that's not the right thing to do against an Olaf that has just killed your jungler and has his ultimate up, and you don't have yours because you just killed Bon Voyage. So Celercia is going to move to 0-3-1. Meanwhile, Chimichangas picks up 2 for himself, ends up 2-0 in on the side of Seaflow.
Yeah, and now we just get to see the tower-taking power of Bon Voyage. I mean, if you're going to go ahead and just leave this mid lane wide open for a Ziggs, you might as well just go into a different lane at that point. It's really hard to try and stop a Ziggs.
And I mean, it is kind of the perfect storm for Ziggs here because Celercia stayed for so long to aid her jungler. And then when they both end up dying, you take the fast back to the fountain. But it is going to mean that you get to free hit that turret, and Bon Voyage gets 2 turret plates, and now the Rift Herald is going to be dropped in favor of UNSC. It's gonna get the first turret of the game for Cosmic Flow, put them at about a 4,000 gold lead.
Yeah, they just decide, since the tower was already had 2 plates gone, and the third plating was already starting to fall, it was just good to give it all to the Mordekaiser and then have Toe Knuckles retreat, knowing that he can't really save it, and if he stayed, he would be punished heavily.
So let's actually take a look at the gold differences here, because I am interested to see how the mid, top, and jungle are shaking out. Yep, that's just what I thought. UNSC with a 2k gold lead over Toe Knuckles.
Yeah, I mean, that's to be expected, especially when this Mordekaiser did decide to head over to mid. He gets the kill there. He can just go up and bully Toe Knuckles away from CS.
Yeah, it's a 40 CS lead, so that's nothing to sneeze at because that is the equivalent of about 2 kills. Not to mention all of the turret plates that he shared with Chimichangas. I think they got 3 off of the Rift Herald, so it is going to be 120, 360, so 180 plus 2 more. Yes, it makes total sense why he's 2k in the lead, but it is kind of interesting to actually look at it. Like, look at it and see, put eyes on a 4,500 to 2,500. And that's going to be a Rylai's Crystal Scepter is the difference.
Yeah, and now we see that Mordekaiser is bot side. So they're going to have to be just a little careful. Thankfully, they did have a ward there. So they're not going to be in any danger of being dived by the Morty.
And the Mordekaiser, of course, is here for the Ocean Drake. There's nothing for him to take top. He can always teleport back if Toe Knuckles is being a nuisance. But 4 men with Bon Voyage in the wings is going to mean that Cosmic Flow takes their second Drake of the game here at 12.5 minutes. And now UNSC is looking for the 2 immobile bot laners of the White Knights.
Yeah, and that was... Alright, so we had Shen use his ulti right there. And thankfully, we saw that Knight did use the flash to get away from the Mordekaiser at the last second.
Oh, that was beautiful, by the way.
That wasn't absolutely...
I could not tell that he had, if he did that before or as it hit. So it looked like a Captain Jack. Of course, Olaf Ragnarok doesn't work the same way as Cleanse. You can use it before you're CC'd. But yeah, 5 summoners used just for UNSC's flash.
Yeah, I mean, that is a, what we would call a sad story on the side of White Knights. Now they really ought to be careful. The only 2 people that have any summoners would be Celercia and Toe Knuckles, and they have the flash and they have Ignite TP, but you don't have the Stand United anymore from Toe Knuckles. You don't have your Lulu. You don't have your Lulu's ulti, making sure that you stay alive. And wow, as I was talking, they took out the Olaf, but in the response, Bon Voyage takes out Celercia and the mid lane.
Yeah, I actually thought that Chimichangas might have been able to turn for a little bit, but when the Ignite was used by Celercia, Godzilla also getting a very good stun off. Godzilla immediately rotates back the moment that he sees Bon Voyage tossing that Hexplosive minefield, but Celercia wasn't nearly as fortunate, wasn't able to get away, and traded her life plus the life of her turret. So that is actually, I believe that is 11 plates taken across the map for the Cosmic Flow team.
Yeah, and speaking of, like, just seeing Descender dying there, she had flash up. And knowing more than likely Bon Voyage would have flashed straight up in there to get the kill onto Celercia. Not flashing there, kind of, don't want to say it's a mistake by her, because more than likely she probably just didn't expect Bon Voyage to be that gutsy. But from a Ziggs, it's very dangerous to even not use the flash, as he has so much range just using an ability.
Honestly, I think more important than, like, you know, not expecting or whatever, it's that Celercia, I feel Celercia should have been pretty confident that she was going to die no matter what. She didn't, I don't think she knew if Bon Voyage's ultimate was up yet or not, but obviously using ultimate for a flash. Oh,
hold on just a second. As Dirt going underneath this bot tower was taken in process, and Jimmy will be able to take out War Knight, as we did see that there was the ulti coming in from the Raka, making sure that the ADC does stay safe along with Bon Voyage.
So the 4th turret falls in favor of Cosmic Flow. Both bot laners of the White Knights fall as well. And it's, you know, UNSC might be in trouble.
Yeah, but UNSC immediately turns it around, as no matter what, even if you decide to gank this Mordekaiser, he turns it into a 1v1 match no matter what. And,
well, that's what you get for ganking Mordekaiser, honestly. He is strong, he has a full, you know, even though his kill score wasn't necessarily impressive, he did have, he had the equivalent items of Godzilla and Toe Knuckles combined, because only one of them has finished boots. Neither of them have completed a full item. They're just sitting on a bunch of components. So UNSC with the Rylai's Crystal Scepter is able to walk down Godzilla in the Death Realm and send him to the actual Death Realm, which is the Fountain.
Yeah, and as you said, you know, not having the items completed, just sitting on a Merc Tread, sitting on the Cinder Hulk, Bammy Cinder, ganking the Mordekaiser, thinking that you could kill him, kind of just a, I don't know,
little bit of an honestly.
Yeah, just instinct there. It seems like they're just trying to force a play there, thinking that they're really behind, wanting to make a play happen, but forcing a play, just not doing it, just putting yourself back into a hole.
Yeah, White Knights, they are really far behind, don't get me wrong. It's not like we're trying to say that, oh, well, they're doing perfectly fine, they're just forcing things that don't need to be forced. Some of these things definitely need to be tried, but when it's something like 2v1ing a Mordekaiser when neither of you have damage or items, you kind of walk out of the realm of possibility and into the realm of, well, maybe we should have just zoned him off of taking our turret, because that's really what you're equipped for at this point in the game.
Yeah, I mean, you have to say Sejuani ulti that hit him. All right, that's cool and all, but what are you going to do afterward? I mean, he can just immediately go straight to the Death Realm, and when he does that, the Sejuani passive kind of becomes irrelevant at that point, because it's only Sejuani hitting him at that point.
Yeah, and he doesn't have, once he's hit that, well, actually his Rylai's, everything slows.
Yeah.
But, you know, once he pulls you in with that grab, he doesn't have any more CC. So, the passive is really only good for the resistances at that point, and it goes down just a second into the Death Realm. So, I think what White Knights needs to do is work on, in this game, and I think otherwise, because they have done this a few times where they've tried to force things, like that, you know, going in on UNSC, Celercia doesn't die for it, but she does try and force away the Mordekaiser, and she would likely succeed if it weren't for the Soraka here, and, well, the Rift Herald running down mid.
Yeah, and I'd say they're gonna take this mid tower, or this mid inhibitor tower, and now UNSC going straight onto Warknight. Warknight can't escape. He's going to go down. UNSC Flow will stay alive. The healing keeping him up for a long time. They were not prepared for him to survive that long. Toe Knuckles getting the Lulu ulti, but will not be enough, as Bon Voyage lives up to the name and says Bon Voyage.
He sends him away with that fadeaway bouncing bomb. So it is a 2-for-1. UNSC does finally die. And, he, you know, of course, wouldn't have been possible without Celercia originally zoning him off, you know, forcing Skylar Toon using those heals. And Skylar Toon, of course, didn't get UNSC all the way back up to full health. So Celercia did do something there. Did, I believe, didn't get an assist, but deserved one.
Yes, and something that I just want to kind of point out is that I wasn't too sure if that Caitlyn was with them or not throughout that entire fight. But I do know that Mordekaiser survived the whole entire time against Warden Knight. Warden Knight being at full health, and we saw that UNSC, he was at around a quarter health or so.
Yeah.
And still survived. Taking all those shots, having the board completed on Warden Knight, he survived all that. He's had Raka heal him, and he kept on surviving. It's tough to try and beat this team, especially when you have so much healing coming from the Raka. I mean,
yeah, I mean the entire like both bot lanes, they really did kind of live in a vacuum this game. Not much happened. You know, these kills and deaths that we're seeing, I think one of them, it happened during the gank. Chimmy, Skylar Toon, both of them got like the 1 kill and the 1 assist. They got those in the gank on the bot lane where they took the tower with Bomb Voyage.
And now it's going to be Knuckles wanting a fight with Bomb Voyage, but you can't beat the Raka and Bomb Voyage combo.
Yeah, you get in trouble when you try and 1v3 when you're underfed like this. So Knuckles is going to be sent back to the fountain. It is a 12,000 gold lead in this game, and UNSC solo pushing the bot inhibitor. There's not really that much that White Knights can do short of a full rotate, and it looks like Celercia won't live that long.
Oh yeah, it's an Olaf who is full on going in, and he will take down Celercia, but will also go down. It'll cost him his life. Skylar Toon will also go down, and that'll be the shutdown going straight onto War Knight. But in return, you have Bomb Voyage to go ahead and take the inhibitor.
Not exactly a coordinated team play here by Cosmic Flow. Bomb Voyage and Chimmy were just pushing that tower. They didn't think they needed to go help Chimichungus or Skylar Toon. So in response, they do the Cosmic Flow does get Celercia, but they lose their jungler and their support. However, they're ahead to the point where they really don't care. Like, you can just let 2 of your teammates die, and you're like, yeah, I mean, that's okay. Because, I mean, our Mordekaiser got 2 inhibs. We just got the 3rd inhib. We're doing fine. They're at the point where you can make these mistakes, these little mistakes, and, well, you're just going to walk out fine.
Yeah, and there's also something to just give a little bit of a call-out, too, is that they also lost the 2 inhibitors because of UNSC and Bomb Voyage. They decided to take the bot inhib, take the top inhib, meaning that now it's a very dangerous tightrope to play around. You're going to have those Mega Minions charging in, and you also have to be aware that at any point in time, they can go ahead and take this Baron.
Yeah, and the Baron is available, of course. It's 22.5 minutes. I have no doubt in my mind that between Chimichungus, Bomb Voyage with the constant bouncing bombs, and then Chimmy, who, while he isn't fed, he's only got 174 CS and 2 items, he still does enough damage to help take down this Baron. So it looks like Cosmic Flow is going to start this, and again, you can do this when you're this far ahead, and White Knights is not going to be able to respond. You can start the Baron, take half of Mordekaiser's health, and Olaf is taking Dragon instead, and because the rest of the enemy team is busy taking these super minions, there's nothing that they can do about it.
Yeah, and not only that, but they were able to get the Ocean Soul, which that is just going to be way too nice to have.
Boop. Celercia gets some damage on her.
And now they are going to charge in here. And once again, there's the Death Realm, but the QSS that War Knight picked up will be enough to get him out, but not enough to save his life. You will not be able to save yourself from death, but it'll definitely mean game is over now.
Yeah, Cosmic Flow picking up their 2nd win, very clean. They didn't let White Knights take a single turret. It really was all, I don't want to say jungle difference, but it really did look like jungle difference. Chimichungus playing this Olaf got a lot of early advantages, like being able to kill Godzilla and Celercia in the jungle after winning the skirmish with Bomb Voyage. alongside Bon Voyage, rather. Bon Voyage, of course, looking great on Ziggs, and Chimichangas was able to control the jungle in a way where they couldn't get the Lulu and Kog'Maw ahead. Celercia wasn't able to reliably kill Bon Voyage, and then Toe Knuckles never scaled up to the point where he was a super tank that no one could deal with.
Yeah, and, Bon Voyage, as you said, he was just, he played great. I mean, he got the first blood onto Celercia, didn't lose his life, and then immediately we had UNSC who came down, keeping Celercia really down. And, a Cinder that's ahead is terrifying, but a Cinder that's behind to a Ziggs, to a Mordekaiser, immediately kind of just falls to irrelevancy.
And it's not even a Syndra that's like against full squishies or anything. It's a Syndra that even if you kill Caitlyn, she's not strong. She is not at all the main carry of this team. You have to deal with either a Ziggs or a Mordekaiser.
Yeah.
So, GG to C-Flow. They're going to move to 2-0. White Knights to 0-2. And that is going to be our game 2 for today. Game 3 coming up in just a minute is going to be Goliath Esports Lions versus Return of the Middle Sticks. This is a game that had a little bit of drama surrounding it, but it's all cleared up now. So in just a couple minutes, we will be coming back with that one. So don't go anywhere.
Ask not the sun why she says, why she shrouds her light away, or why she hides her glowing gaze when I
So we saw some spicy quotes in Plat Chat where Cosmic Flow announced that if they lose next week, or their next game, if they lose a game next week, they're kicking 3 of their players.
Yeah, and jokes on the Lions who wanted to also do that, on Lions where they also wanted to do it, but forgot that it's a small bit of a bye.
Yeah, it's their bye week. So bye weeks, last time I checked, they don't usually result in kicking players for losses. But speaking of the Goliath Esports Lions, they are the red side for this game against return of the Middle Sticks.
All right, and on the side of return of the Middle Sticks, we do have liposuction lane in the top lane as Mordekaiser. We have Hulk in the jungle as Rek'Sai, Winged Nation on the Victor in the mid lane, and in the bot lane we have Otso and Black Salt on the Aphelios and Morgana.
Meanwhile, on the red side, Goliath Esports Lions, we've got TTV Broly Bro on the Cho'Gath in the top lane, Orson Lannister on Jarvan the Fourth in the jungle, Raze Cold in the mid lane on Echo and bot lane, Fish Chips on Vayne, and Armadukes on Nami. Fish Chips and the Fish. It's like a bad sitcom from like the mid-90s.
The only thing is that let's hope that this fish, prior to a game that we have seen before, just does not get bullied just a little bit.
Hopefully this fish ain't getting fried up. Maybe doing a little bit of frying. But that will be kind of hard against a Morgana. And
and seems like we got the Echo, Nami, and J4 all coming up for a visit. But
making a little trek up there. Looks like TTV Broly Bro is going to be the one leashing Orson Lannister. So no, not necessary for Fish Chips and Armadukes to do it themselves.
Yeah, and so it's just going to be seems what I think it's going to be just normal passing by junglers. Won't really be too surprised if we see the blue to red, or the red to blue by the J4. But other than that, I think it's just going to be very calm early on.
Yep. Looks like Jarvan is going red-blue. Meanwhile, Hulk is going to take his Krugs, or not Krugs, Gromp, the other one on the far side of the jungle. And kind of an interesting start just because both junglers are taking their take their topside camp, which isn't necessarily unheard of, but it's just not the normal, it's not normal state of affairs.
Yeah, normally you'll always see one jungler on the blue side, and then the other one also wanting to start on that same side, but because they're always on the opposite sides of each other, it's usually just a small bit of sometimes the meet and greet, but at the same time, they usually never see it like that.
Yep. Raze Cold going in on the Wing Nation this time, getting the Z-Drive Resonance, trading back for the little bit of damage that Wing Nation got on him earlier. And it just looks like it is going to be a full clear of probably both sides for Hulk. Meanwhile, Orson Lannister looks like he is going to be making his way down to that bot side scuttle after he takes his blue buff just now.
Yeah, and since both junglers are on this bot side, I won't be too surprised if we do end up seeing a gank from either jungler, especially with the Echo, who we see is roaming now, getting vision.
And that is going to be the red side, picking up that Scuttle Crab. Goliath Esports Lions taking that one down. Hulk spent a little too much time doing his Krugs. That is the one camp that takes significantly longer than everyone else, just because of those like kind of splitting times on the Krugs.
Oh, the Rek'Sai was trying to get there, but will not be able to. But the Morgana was able to scare out the flashes from both laners.
The buy one, get one free flash trade here in the bot lane. Black Salt walks away with that steal of a deal and is not going to find another Dark Binding.
Yeah, Dark Binding won't be finding anyone, but, I mean, now they know that these laners, they have no... Raise Code is going to get flashed on, but he flashes away but won't be able to escape the Rek'Sai. First blood given to Return of the Middle Sticks.
I'm sorry, buddy. Rek'Sai's just got such a big hitbox. You flash from one side of her, you end up on the other side, is how big she is. So, Raise Cold is going to get auto-attacked with that third auto. Interesting that Hulk is going for Conqueror rather than the Hail of Blades. That is... It's up for debate which one is better. Usually it just comes down to personal preference, but I've always been partial to Hail of Blades, so... Way to go, Hulk. You just made an enemy for life.
Yeah, I usually run the Hail of Blades whenever I do end up playing the Rek'Sai. I just feel like it's just a lot better than taking Conqueror, but I do see why you would take it.
I'm not really a Conqueror kind of guy myself, just because I don't... I still have flashbacks from when it was, like, ridiculously broken and literally everyone, like, every Melee champion played it. So, that's just me.
Yeah, and you know, it is... Oh, Broly Bro might have to flash away, and he is, and Liposuction Lane forcing him to back. Really, really scary by Broly Bro, almost losing his life there.
Yeah, and I mean that's just dude with mace. He just kind of does that to you. You can't let him get that close to you. As Cho'Gath, you do have a fairly vast array of different ways to, you know, keep him away from you, whether it's your silence or your knock-up, but it apparently wasn't enough here. Broly Bro has to burn the flash. Lipo flashes as well. Orson.
Yeah, Orson is in trouble here. He flashes away, but you can't escape the normal auto attack. Black Salt will pick up the kill onto the Jade Forward.
The Middle Sticks send their regards, and they take the first Ocean Dragon. Second one coming up in 5 minutes is going to be an Infernal. And so Hulk walks away feeling pleased with himself after a kill onto Raise Cold and an assist onto Black Salt.
Yeah, and really it was just the Morgana that set it all up. She hit the Dark Binding, and I mean, Dark Binding, if you get hit by that, you're not going to move no matter what. Even if you do get the Flag and Drag.
Yeah, he Flag and Dragged, which Dark Binding does not interrupt movement, so he did manage to finish the Flag and Drag. It's not like he got stuck right there where he stood, and now Armadukes might be in trouble as well.
Oh yeah, Armadukes was in a tiny bit of trouble. Thankfully, won't have to worry too much. The heal will come out from Fish Chips. Fish Chips will get the kill onto Otso, while Black Salt has to run, but it will be caught by the Nami bubble, and that'll be a double kill to the Vayne.
No Vayne spotting going on here, even at level 5. He doesn't have the final hour, but it seems like he is completely invisible. Otso not able to pick up kills there, just didn't have the damage to try and finish off Fish Chips or Armadukes, and meanwhile Black Salt, all he could do with his Black Shield expended, could not stop Otso from being stunned on the wall, and it just means he gets to watch his ADC die and then give away his life as well.
Yeah, and it was just bad positioning that kind of gave Otso that death. I mean, you were caught in that bush there, meaning that the Vayne could just, you know, simply hit you with the Condemned if she did use it. Wasn't quite sure if she did connect with it or not, but no matter what, it was going to be bad. And Mordekaiser may have messed up the gank.
Oh, Lipo, what are you doing, man? He uses the Death Realm and stops Hulk from being able to knock up Broly Bro. But the teleport coming in from Raise Cold now.
Yeah, Raise Cold coming in. He's going on to Otso, knowing that there is no flash on him. Fish Chips will get the kill using the final hour, and that'll be another kill to this Vayne. 3-0 now.
committed the teleport there from the mid lane, but it is going to mean plates here for his teammates, and now Fish Chips moves up to 3-0, plus another 40 gold from this first plate. Hopefully they'll get themselves a second. Literally, at least once per game, lane trolls us with the Morty ult. I would expect nothing less, honestly. With it's such a perfect ability for trolling that it isn't even marketed as that. You know, like Tom Kench Devour, when they released him, they were like, oh yeah, well, you know, you could troll your friends with this one a little bit, or Bard ult. But like Mordekaiser ult is dead serious. Like this is just supposed to be really good.
Yeah, and seems like, oh no, Orson might have just gotten himself into some big trouble here. But luckily for him, he will be able to get away. But the TP is coming in from the Mordekaiser, meaning that it is going to be Morty on the hunt. But they're not going to be able to catch up to Orson. He'll flag a drag away, very wounded.
Morty on the hunt, but Morty no flash, so Morty not find kill. Orson Lannister going to get away barely. Raised Cold actually does get a turret plate because Wing Nation has backed. So it is going to mean a little more gold, little more advantage into the pockets of Goliath Esports Lions. And a little bit of a missed teleport there by Liposuction Lane. I actually do expect more from him since he played in Diamond for so long. It just... Even if you don't get the kill there, like I didn't expect him to get the kill, but for a lot of teleports to the bot lane like that, or even, you know, alternatively bot to top, if you've lane swapped, you do that when there's not only one goal available. If there is a dragon available and you want to do that to take an advantage, or if you know that your team can go for plates after this, then I think that's a really that's where the teleport is worth it.
Yeah, and not like he teleported in so late. He could have came in much earlier than he had, especially because Blacksaw, he knew that they were trying to get the gank off. He did hit level 6, which immediately scared them off because Asa was on his way over. So if he had just TP just a little earlier, it would have been a good TP. They could have gotten a kill or two. But because of how late it was used, it just meant that it was a wasted summoner.
Yep, so wasted summoner, but that, I mean, it's not like it's that bad. Armadukes is going to get Dark Binding.
Yeah, and once again, the junglers are down here, and Blacksaw is using the ulti, but he only gets Orson in it. And Fish Chips stays alive, and now the mid laners are coming down. Victor is following, but there's 4 men there. You do not want to run into them, especially with the Echo, who can still just ulti back if he wanted to get a kill.
Yeah, both mid laners, still have their ultimates available, but the Chaos Storm isn't really going to do that much at this point in the game. Wing Nation doesn't have his full boots completed, so he can't chase as fast, and he doesn't have any actual items aside from his Hex Core, so it's not even going to do that much damage. Meanwhile, Raised Cold has finished his Proto Belt, but Return to the Middle Sticks does. This is where the roam comes in, where Wing Nation comes down. He doesn't get any kills, but he does help his team secure the dragon. So good roam there by Return to the Middle Sticks.
Yeah, making sure that even though they did lose, also once more they weren't going to lose that dragon, especially with the health bars on the side of the Lions being so low.
And speaking of the health bars on the Lions being so low, Fish Chips, holy crap, lived for so long. Didn't even die because Otso, he kills Otso. I believe he does get a Triumph stack, or like a Triumph proc off, so he gets a little bit of health back, has a little bit of lifesteal, so he even manages to live through Hulk and the red buff burn, which is just kind of insane.
Yeah, and he also had to, he had the heal, and he had Armaduce there as well, meaning that he was just gonna keep on getting healed no matter what.
Oh, by the way, if we're pronouncing anyone's names wrong, we aren't doing it maliciously. It's just because we don't know how your name is pronounced. So if it's like Armado or Armadeix, please let us know either in Twitch chat or in Discord later, and we'll make sure to correct that. So,
just gonna go ahead and say, might be
Armadou.
Okay. All right, Armadou. We do love you, so Armadou, there you go.
Armadou, we love you. Yeah, so actually about 1,000 gold lead for Goliath Esports Lions, even though they are at a 2-0 disadvantage in Drakes. They have a 2-kill lead here at just under 14 minutes. That is going to be turret plating going down now, and I believe it means that Goliath Esports Lions wins it with 1, 2, 3 turret plates to 2.
Yeah, and it's going to be just a little bit terrifying. We do see the Borg is completed for the Vayne, so getting onto her, especially with having the ulti, still not gonna be what you want. But if you can kill her, then you can easily win a fight. But you also have to be aware of Raise Code.
Yes, this is plat capped. The one thing I was gonna... Oh, it just looked really funny when Fish Chips got hit by the Dark Binding in the middle of Tumble, so like... It's one thing when it's like a blink or even Flag and Drag, but Flag and Drag comes in.
Yeah, Flag and Drag comes in. There comes the Cataclysm, but they can't kill Orson or Otso. Otso stays alive for so long, but Fish Chips is on a rampage. He gets shut down by the Rek'Sai, and now Armadillo is on the run. And he actually seems like they were scared because of Raise Code coming down.
I would be too. I mean, he doesn't have any kills at this point, but he does have his ultimate and his proto belt up with that corrupting potion ticking. So I mean, if I were as low as Hulk was at that point, I mean, I'd be just terrified of him coming over the wall with the flash, and Wing Nation should be scared of him too, although the Chaos Storm...
Yeah, Chaos Storm coming in and doing a lot of damage, forcing Raise Code to back away.
He is going to get level 2 ultimate. So that actually was Wing Nation's level 2 ultimate used just there, so I believe that's why he committed it.
Yeah, and seeing that Raise Code is now level 2, having the ultimate now is... I just always find it to be terrifying because of that one game. Poor Ezreal, just...
Oh, yeah. Oh, that was sad.
Yeah, every time I see something like that, I just keep on getting flashbacks, especially because it's happened to me on so many occasions where I'm just like, I hate everything that has to do with Echo.
I am not a player who AFKs, really. Like, I absolutely abhor AFKing. I rarely even surrender. Oh, okay. Broly Bro flashes it.
Yeah, but Broly Bro won't be able to flash this. It's going to be Hulk there to finish it up. Very nice cleanup by him.
But yeah, I'm not the kind of person who ever AFKs, but I have definitely just completely shut down an AFK to game. It's like the 18-1 Zed on me, the 0-9 Misfortunes. Like, there is literally nothing I do. If I get outside of the base, he kills me, so I'm done. But it might be the bot lane of Return of the Middle Sticks here that's done.
Yeah, also able to get away, but Black Soul, I don't believe he'll be able to survive for so long, especially when you put yourself against the wall like that. And here comes Liposuction lane, but Liposuction just donates a kill. That was a terrible TP coming in.
Yeah, he didn't have the support of his team, and Broly Bro also had his teleport. So at best, even if Raise Cold hadn't teleported, or if Broly Bro and Raise Cold, neither of them teleported, it still would have been a 3v2. And there, he teleports in, then Broly Bro follows, 4v2. Raised Cold, 5v2. You are not... the prognosis is not good if you're teleporting into a 5-man.
Yeah, especially when you don't have your ultimate up. I mean, you're going into a Vayne with a Borg, a Nami, a J4. You got Raise Code there as well. And then Chilias, who's also teleporting in right after you. That's just not the play you want to make.
If you want to trade your life for a kill and you think that you can get Fish Chips, first of all, check yourself. Armadou's playing Nami, so don't think that you can just kill him. Also, having a Cho'Gath to zone and then just having the self-peel that Fish Chips just kind of has as Vayne is going to be enough of a deterrent that you just shouldn't be teleporting in that situation. You shouldn't even let Broly Bro teleport. Like, you shouldn't give him any reason to think, I should teleport down there. My team might need me.
Yeah, and, he's, just the teleporting, if you believe you can do it, yes, it makes sense. But also, it's really low in that whole thing. So, just going to use that TP thinking that it is a good thing anyway, it really isn't. Especially with Vayne, who is so far ahead, and she can heal off of you. Kind of just questioning, and Armadou almost giving up a kill just like Liposuction had done.
Yeah, Armadou having to flash Tidal Wave out. Hulk did have ultimate available, but I don't think that would have been a very smart play. You know, again, Nami, self-peel, self-heal. There's a lot of ways that can go horribly wrong for Return to the Middle Sticks, and they already are at a gold disadvantage, even though their dragons are ahead.
Yeah, you may be ahead on the dragons, but now you have to remember that you got the mountain dragons that are here. And if, let's say, this goes horribly wrong, contesting for this mountain dragon becomes that much harder.
Yeah, if that had gone horribly wrong, I mean, at best, you get Armadou. At worst, you maybe lose Hulk, possibly Otso, if the ADC decides to chase too. So, Return of the Middle Sticks is going to do the smart play and back off, and they might catch Raze Cold here. Yeah,
Raze Cold's going to be able to use the ultimate, and he's going to have Nami there, but he's going to be killed by Hulk, who uses his ability to secure the kill. There's a Cataclysm coming in, but Orson's in a really bad spot. You only made that cage your death sentence.
And now it is a 3-0. Fish Chips is low. Broly Bro doesn't have teleport. It's going to mean that Return of the Middle Sticks picks up 2 turrets, 3 kills, possibly a 3rd turret. And if they crack open the base of Goliath Esports Lions here, this could suddenly turn into a real game. They're already 1,000 gold ahead, and it looks like they are going to crack open the inhibitor just as Baron has spawned about a minute ago.
Yeah, and just like that, also was, I believe, 0-4. Or maybe had 1 kill, but just like that, he immediately gets a bounty onto him. He's now has a 150 gold bounty, and the Rek'Sai just being an absolute monster in this game.
5-0-2 for Hulk. Jungle Difference spams Twitch chat, and Jungle Difference doesn't necessarily tell the full story, but yeah, Hulk is doing pretty well here. Orson Lannister has made a couple of ganks that have ended suboptimally, him dying, possibly, only trading 1 for 1, forcing something where his team isn't exactly strong, but Hulk, he has been making a lot of really nice cleanup kills or engaging things. I mean, he almost found Armadou. He almost found Armadou again. They ended up getting Raised Cold. He finished off Broly Bro earlier. So he is at the right place at the right time, and
Liposuction just using the ultimate, wanting to get this kill there, and it's also who comes down cleaning up the waves. Seems like they want to push to get this bot tower finally taken down.
Yeah, it's something that we always talk about, opening up the map with use of those outer turrets. Of course, the mid lane is the most important one, but being able to run through this bottom side, this tri-brush, you don't really want to be around the tri-brush if you can't walk through that turret. Meanwhile, Orson Lannister,
not
going to find anything.
Yeah, Orson realizing that is something you don't want to go into, especially when you might end up getting decimated with the Infernum being up on Otso.
With the Infernum available, the Moonlight Vigil as well, grouping up for a team fight could mean the end of Goliath Esports Lions. So actually, it looks like the Return of the Middle Sticks is going to secure this dragon, bring it to Soul Point, even as Raised Cold cracks off that top outer turret. It is Goliath Esports Lions' first of the game.
Yeah, and it'll be the first tower, or the second tower taken for the Lions, but they did have the bot tower taken.
I was like,
before.
For some reason I thought I saw that. It was actually the red side bot turret that went down first. Yeah, Raised Cold gets the second tower of the game. Comprehension lol.
Yeah, and I only imagine, seeing as how it does, Raised Cold does say that he gets a little bit of aggro.
I want to see a fight.
Yeah, we want to see this fight now, and as he said, Wing Nation really chasing after him.
Holy crap, that's aggro.
Yeah, he is really angry at Ray's Code right now, chasing him hard, using the Chaos Storm, using the Flash, but nothing coming out of it. That's just you summoners.
Okay, yeah, Ray's Cold, you have a point. You have a point. He does go a little hard on you here, but but the gold lead is now 1,000 in favor of Return of the Middle Sticks. They do not have control over the Dragon or the Baron Vision, but with a 3 Drake to 1 lead and a turret lead across the map, not gonna hit Armadou.
Oh, yeah, not hitting Armadou, but even if he did, not much would have come from it. Race Code and Wing Nation, I expect them to keep on having just a little bit of tension between them. Hoping next time we do see either Wing Nation or Race Code fall, it'll be great to see who wins between them.
It's a little bit of a blossoming mid-lane bromance rivalry kind of thing that, only happens in movies. But Return of the Middle Sticks is going to clear out the Dragon, or Baron Vision, and Broly Bro, you're not on the right side of the map to be controlling the Vision.
Yeah, but he does have the TP up, and they do spot out Return in the Middle, but they're able to walk away.
Yeah, thank you to the Black Shield by Black Salt. It is going to keep the Return of the Middle Sticks out of harm's way. They don't get parallel convergence by Raised Cold.
And
Hulk gets the knockup, though.
Yeah, Hulk gets the knockup, but Raised Code almost immediately going back in on that. I mean, he did have the ultimate up, meaning that he could have straight up gone in and taken him out.
Return of the Middle Sticks, yep, knocks down their 5th turret of the game, taking that the top outer, and it is going to basically open up the map for them fully. However, they still don't have Baron Vision control, so they have to go on the run.
Yeah, and not much coming out. The Tsunami did come out from Dinami, meaning that only there's a few people were hit. That'll be on cooldown now. Not the biggest thing to have lost, thankfully, but as long as they play a little safely, no death should follow. If anyone just drops, it could immediately mean that Baron can be taken.
Yep, and now Otso does have Chakram and Calibrum. So there's a Crescendum Calibrum, Sniper, and Chakram in his pocket. I think the next one should be Severum. Yeah, once he gets rid of this sniper rifle. Let's see what the next one is, but if it is Severum Crescendum, that is going to be a really good team fighting. Against this close range kind of team, you don't really need to keep your distance against, say, Vayne, who could run you down, or if Jarvan ults you, honestly, you're still doing fine because you can get that lifesteal and Chakram, which just will keep healing you up more and more and more, just kind of hitting you with a billion little Chakrams.
Yeah, and now it's going to be once again a low state taking over the Rift here, and now with this low state taking part, we do have some time to just talk about what exactly can go wrong on either side. I mean, if either side does, let's say, decide to do Baron, technically the Lions do have a better chance at getting a steal per se. If Hulk does early smite, Orson has his smite up, and you also have the feast from Broly Bro, meaning it can be an easy steal.
Yeah, and I think that has been the one biggest thing that has been keeping Return of the Middle Sticks from maybe forcing a Baron.
And actually, fights breaking out here as they go straight onto Broly Bro, but that's a tank, meaning that is a massive cataclysm coming in. The Echo going straight onto the back line. You go onto a tank, but you give up everything. Black Soul forced to watch his friends just get decimated as they take the dragon.
Holy crap. So that was overextension by Hulk. He goes onto Broly Bro, and he realizes his mistake like that. He knows that there was a problem going in like that, because they know where all of the rest of the members of Goliath Esports Lions are. But then, the parallel convergence comes in from Raised Cold. He catches 3 members, which means the Cataclysm is perfectly placed to just drop right on him, keep him in there, all of the damage, all of the ultimates. Fish Chips gets in there. He's now 6-1-3, Broly Bro 2-1-2, and Goliath Esports Lions just pump new life into their team.
Yeah, and I'm kind of just confused as to why you want to go onto the tank of all people. You're going onto a Cho'Gath.
Yeah.
Why go onto him? There's plenty of other people you could take out, and you also have vision. Why?
So the school of thought, in my mind, when they did that, was Broly Bro, for the exact reasons that we had just been talking about before that fight. He has the feast. They can't take the soul, they can't take the Dragon Soul while Cho'Gath is still on the map, because he outsmites Hulk just by having his R and Flash. So, Return of the Middle Six sees an opportunity. They see Broly Bro just standing there, and they think, hey, what if we CC lock him? Otso is not in a position to do enough damage to take out Cho'Gath. As Return of the Middle Sticks moves forward, they choke themselves. They had vision on the entire team of Goliath Esports Lions, so they just got overzealous, played their entire hand before the dealer played the flop. The dealer played the flop, and it was a 3-man parallel convergence. So, Return of the Middle Sticks just put themselves into a horrible game state. They're at a 4,000 gold deficit.
Yeah, and Hulk wanted to make a play happen, but instead, Fish Chips just draining them down so quickly.
And it looks like that is going to be Goliath Esports Lions taking down that outer mid turret. They've finished off the final outer turret. Looks like that's going to be Echo taking the inner top turret. And the push continues for the Lions.
Yeah, they are in a 4-1, meaning that they are forcing them to respond to either lane. They're basically saying, pick your poison. We're going to choke you out in either lane. We have to Echo in the top side. And they're now making a play again. Echo's not there, which means that they can easily go on to what Fish Chip stays alive throughout it all. Broly Bro is still alive in the Death Realm, but now does fall to the Morty. And Race Code is forced to use his ultimate. And
oh, that's so unfortunate for Otso.
Oh no.
So that one was, so Otso had a good avenue to kill Raze Cold. He went for that because Raze Cold ulted. He didn't get all of the healing back because he was ignited by Black Salt. Otso goes for it, doesn't realize that Orson Lannister is over the wall. Orson Lannister flag and drags in, and that's all she wrote. The ADC dies from Return of the Middle Sticks, and while Liposuction Lane did do a lot of work, he pulled in 3 members at the outset of that team fight, almost killed Armadou, almost by himself, and then he Death Realms Broly Bro so he can't feast on any of the squishier carries, burns him down, kills him. They go for Fish Chips. They almost get Fish Chips, but it ends up being, I believe, that finishes off as a 2 for 2. 2 for 2, maybe 2 for 3. I wasn't paying attention at the very end.
I believe it was a 2 for 3, and then Orson did fall to, I can't remember who was it. It might have been the Morty.
I think it was either the Morty, yeah.
Yeah, because Victor doesn't have a
kill.
kill.
Yeah, he smacked him. Wing Nation did get an assist there, but, again, this hasn't been going great for Wing Nation. The Victor has not been able to really do that much this game, aside from farm, clear waves, do all of the things that behind Victor does, which is just wave clear.
Yeah, and what this kind of reminds me of is what happened with SKT. Of course, if you guys haven't seen the LCK, T1 or SKT, they ended up choosing Victor for the mid lane. Everyone knows Faker, a legendary mid laner. He kind of chose Victor, but didn't do too much on it. So, I mean, he did pick up the victory for his team anyway. Teddy, their AD carry, absolute monster. That game kind of was just irrelevant throughout the game, though, because just Victor wasn't able to do Victor things.
Yeah, Victor doing Victor things when he's ahead is like, popping people from 100% health, just killing them. Victor doing Victor things being behind is Victor relegated to clearing super minion waves because he's the only person with like super good consistent wave clear. So he needs to farm himself up, get Azanias, get all of those things to keep himself a little bit safer so he can do more reliable and aggressive damage in fights rather than just hanging back and hoping not to die.
I guess Mord does sound...
Mordekaiser, I don't know.
I don't know. To me, saying Morty just sounds natural.
If you keep saying Morty, it means that at some point, every Mordekaiser top lane is going to need a Rick on the team. And I think in this case, the Rick is Hulk. Hulk's just like, no, Morty, just come up to the top lane. Come up to the top lane. We're gonna kill this Cho'Gath. Oh, I'm really not sure, man. I think I'm just gonna ult him. No, Morty, what are you doing? Don't do that. Oh, but man, there's a team fight.
Here's the team fight coming in once again. But Fish Chips is still alive. He takes out Otto once again. Liposuction lane is on him, but he can't take him out. But they're winning the fight. But again, Fish Chips is just staying alive. He's annihilating everyone. He's not being taken out until Wing Nation. He finally takes him out.
He finally does Victor things.
He's done the Victor thing.
And Fish Chips stayed alive, left alive for so long in that team fight, he kills Otso immediately. Liposuction lane is busy killing Orson Lannister, so once he comes out, he almost takes Fish Chips down right after that. Has to use the Zanya's Hourglass because Fish Chips is going to kill him. So then, that's when Black Salt tries to go in, Hulk tries to go in, Hulk dies, and Lipo dies then as well. Fish Chips still at like 150 health. He has no health basically, and he's still alive and dealing lots of damage. And finally, Black Salt hits him with a Lucky Dark Binding, and that's all she wrote for Fish Chips because Wing Nation does Victor things. He wave clears, except the wave is just a Vayne.
Yeah, and it's a good thing for him. He got a really big bounty. First kill that he gets, and he gets a 1,000?
It was a 1,000 gold shutdown,
yeah. So that's completely worse. If you're Victor, you get to do more Victor things now.
Yeah, there were no shutdowns on the side. There were no shutdowns to be had for Return to the Middle Sticks. So they really traded, they traded 2, 3. Did they kill Raise Cold? 3 for 3. And in reality, they basically traded 6 for 3.
Yeah. They did end up losing one of their Nexus towers though. But so let's put that on the side as again Fish Chips is taking out everyone. Now this is exactly what the doctor did not order for the middles. That was just the Lions just getting a quick turn on.
Yeah, that was the Lions rolling the fight. Hulk just kind of died.
Yeah, Hulk,
he went forward and then just died. Liposuction lane ulted Raised Cold, which there are a lot of problems with that. But also then Black Salt tries to get the re-engage.
And there's the pentakill over to Fish Chips, and that'll be the game. Lions just making one great fight at the end to secure the victory.
Yeah, they had the push after they won that fight around the dragon. They had the dragon, brought it to 2. Went for the Baron, brought the Baron in, did some pushing, really started to accelerate their lead there, but it wasn't a secure lead. It was only 2,000-3,000 gold until this fight in the bot lane. They go ahead. Even though Fish Chips dies, it's still a good fight for them because even though they hand over that shutdown to Wing Nation, it's still only his first kill, so it's not like it's a huge disadvantage for them. And then it means that once they've cracked open that inhib, they can go to the Baron, force that fight. They win that fight easily. They end the game.
Yeah, and it's also... you just got to kind of give credit over to the side of the Lions. They made sure Otso was always down. He's ended the game 2-8-9, while on the other side, you have a 15-2-3 Vayne, and that's for anyone, that's just a terrifying story.
Yeah, I mean, they basically have 3 dive champions. They've got the Jarvan with the Flag and Drag Cataclysm combo. They've got Raised Cold who can go in as Echo. And then you have Vayne who is basically acting as their 3rd diver because Fish Chips just kept ulting, running in there, auto's dead. Come back out.
Yeah, and, she's able to do those things. And then she also, at the end, got a Condemn off, too, in the Cataclysm by the J4. And when you have 2 people that are already dead and then immediately someone else follows, that's just the ultimate story of disaster.
Yeah. And Goliath Esports Lions, they go ahead and they take that clean win. They're going to move up to 2-0. Return of the Middle Sticks at 1-1. And that is going to be it for the week for the Lunari Conference.
Yep.
The standings are updated on the website, and tomorrow Asami will be back with Rexco Dragon for the Solari Conference.
Yes, sir. So make sure you guys tune in for tomorrow's games.
And with that, that'll be us for the evening. Make sure to tune back in at 5:30 tomorrow, and then again at 8 p.m. I will be DMing for Get Wrecked D&D with Jack Loves Lamp, Ari Panda, and Psycho. So, and Agent A2. Make sure to come back for that. But first, tune in at 5:30 for Solari Conference games for Week 2, and then after that, Sunday. Sunday is going to be our next stream day with Week 3. So I believe that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you, everyone, and have a nice night.
Have a good night, everyone.